just trying to feel free, but the feeling's too deep. Can't really shake it myself. Now what you want to do?
Morning, world. It's a beautiful day at Uptown Harlem, USA. It's been an incredible weekend, and it's about to get even realer on my way to reconnect and interview the lovely, illustrious Lee Noto, who is an old childhood friend of mine and who is doing some very exciting work in the realm of holistic health, fitness, and all-around wellness. So I'm heading over, about to hop in this Uber, go down to the Upper West Side, and we're about to see what good game we're gonna get into, man. This has been a very activating weekend. Afro Punk was a blast. If you haven't ever been, black or not, like that's totally something that you need to do for the sake of learning how to reconnect with beautiful people from all over the globe. I'm gonna keep in that same spirit of connectedness, and we're gonna see what we can get out. Hopefully I'll be able to come away with some more gems to share with you, and I'm excited to see how this goes, man. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, so raw vegan, like, what made you fall into this experiment?
Alright, so it actually happened kind of by fluke. So when I lived in Hawaii, I decided to do a 3-day juice cleanse. And the week before and the week after the cleanse, they advised you to not eat animal products. So I was like, alright, that's easy enough. Like, I won't eat bacon or meat, whatever. And so that week after, I went for the week without eating it. The cleanse was great, by the way. And then I was like, all right, well, a week was pretty easy. Let's see if I can go another week. Just curious. And it turned into this weird challenge. I was like, let's see if I can go another week. And then in that time, I started doing a lot of research around the industrial food system, treatment of animals, quality of meat, how it's produced. And it was just mind-boggling. Like, it really opened my eyes. And then at that point, I was like, all right, I saw all of these things. How can I go back?
Yeah.
And so I made the pretty conscious choice at that point to cut meat out of my life. I still eat fish every once in a while. So that's one of the few forms of animal protein I get. And I'm still doing some forms of dairy.
See, that's interesting. I would have thought you don't cut the dairy out entirely.
So with that,
just for the simple fact, like, we're adults, so.
I eat very, very little dairy.
Okay.
I say the one exception I make probably is like Greek yogurt.
Fair enough.
I really don't eat a lot of cheese. I don't drink milk anymore, and I'll do like cage-free, hormone-free eggs.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of the one exception. I've even experimented with cutting out soy, cutting out gluten. That's kind of what I'm doing now. And like, my body's never felt better. I don't drink coffee anymore. I don't drink alcohol. Smoke weed, but it's all natural. It's kind of a lifestyle. I've never felt like I've had higher consciousness than I do now because I've put this in my life.
Well, it's getting smaller, so there's that. Well, like, it's been like, what prompted that? You know what I mean? Other than the retreat, but what made you decide to do the retreat? You know, how did that come about?
I remember just feeling kind of like heavy, like not heavy weight-wise, but just heavy in my body.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think the thing that really cements in this dietary lifestyle is my growing spiritual practice.
Okay.
And so I went into vegetarianism for the health implications. I stayed in for the ethical implications.
But now those end up going hand in hand, right?
Yeah. So that's why I never went back to it. And don't get me wrong, there have been like 1 or 2 times where I tried a bite of meat. I was like, oh, well, let's just see what it's like. And the texture didn't appeal to me. And what that brought up for me was it made me appreciate all of the other senses that go into a meal before you put it in your mouth. So like, when I got the dumplings, I like put my nose down to smell it because I want to appreciate the way it looks, the way it smells. I want to appreciate, I want to engage other senses before I shovel into my mouth.
Sounds like you treat eating as a very holistic process.
Yeah, and I think a lot of things, like when done mindfully, can be enjoyed so much more. But it's a practice to remember that. It's a practice every single moment.
Sounds like you have like a Tao of eating.
I'm working on it.
Clearly.
Yeah, because of the health coaching that I do, that journey has really forced me, forced is not the right word. That journey has really opened me up and allowed me to do a lot of work in my own mind. Like, you can only take a client as far as you're willing to go yourself. So if I'm not willing to look at my relationship to money or my relationship to food or my relationship to my spirituality, then I can't really know what lies beyond and how I can prompt a client to do the same thing.
You hold yourself accountable.
Oh man. The past year or two has been me holding a mirror up to myself in like the most uncomfortable ways. Like super uncomfortable. Like, and I kid you not, like in different facets of my life. I didn't understand. I realized that there are a lot of terms that are thrown out in the spiritual world that don't always resonate with a lot of people. One of them being like to live in your truth. Right? Like, what does that mean, to live in your truth? And I say it a lot. And I mean it every time I say it. But the thing that I can equate it to is like when you make a choice and you're like, oh, okay, that felt right, or no, it feels a little off. Like really kind of honing in on intuition and like living from a place of truth. I think that's been a huge journey for me, the biggest journey. And I've finally, I don't even know if I want to use the word finally. I am passing through a place right now that is allowing me to understand so much more about myself that I wasn't aware of before. Especially as it relates to like self-love, self-respect, like the sacredness of my body, the sacredness of my mind, and to kind of really loop back around to that question you asked was like understanding that is what keeps me in this very helpful place of not wanting to put into my body or my mind the things that don't serve me in the highest way. And it's a practice, right? Like I'm sure I'll have another cup of coffee, before I die in this life. Maybe I'll have another drink. Maybe I'll eat meat. Who knows? But I know for right now, this is what really feels right.
That's good. You said a whole mouthful right there. I didn't actually have to interject at all. So I think coming from a place like Florida to, DC for me and New York for you, a lot of people look at you like you're crazy. So I feel sort of weird asking this question, but Hawaii to New York, why?
So Hawaii to Boston happened first. And
bigger why?
I know, because the winter it happened was the winter I got 9 feet of snow. It was like perfect.
Jumping off the deep end.
It was exactly what was supposed to happen. Hawaii was wonderful. Hawaii was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And I think I appreciate it 10 times more now that I'm not living in it. I try to remember to really be gentle with myself and to like understand the process that I've had at different points in my life because hindsight's 2020, right? When you're in it, there are a lot of things you can't notice. But so when I was there, a much bigger part of my ego existed. A much bigger part of my ego. And I allowed myself to become very wrapped up in what pleased me the most, what pleased my partner at the time the most, and I didn't live from a place of intuition. And I knew, so I did teach for America for 2 years there, and as my term was coming up, I knew I had a decision to make. Did I want to stay? But I didn't feel like I was ready to settle with a partner or in a place, or did I want to explore something else? And so I'd applied for a number of jobs, and work brought me to Boston. And it definitely was a difficult thing to do in a lot of senses, but it was what needed to happen. And I hold a very fond place in my heart for Hawaii because that was what planted the seed for my spiritual journey. Was witnessing like the native rituals that they do there, and getting to be a part of some of those ceremonies was the first time that I felt like my spirit being invoked. And I didn't know what it was.
Like ever? So was that really the first time you felt almost like an activation?
It's the first time I can remember feeling it. Like I've been in like church before, and I'm not religious, but I've been in church and I'm like, oh, like I got chills. Wow, like the pastor said something like shit, like that makes total sense. But it was never something, it stuck with me, and then I didn't really do anything about it. And when I was there, although I didn't really know it at the moment, there was something that like really stayed. And then I really started that spiritual journey in Boston, and I'm now continuing it in the New York.
It almost seems counterintuitive that you had started somewhere else and then it continues in New York.
Yeah, that's the really funny thing about it, because New York, she's a very bold character, right? She will tell you exactly what she thinks with no qualms, right? New York, to me, embodies simultaneously both truth and superficiality. Like, New York is a microcosm of life. Everything that's conceivable, I think, exists here. Right? There are all sorts of energies, all sorts of people, all sorts of cultures. These are just things that we can, put titles on. There is hustle and bustle here. There is grind. There is want for money. There's greed. There's hunger. But there is calm. There's beauty. There's quiet. There's reprieve. And what I think it really boils down to is that the location is irrelevant. Like, you might like the look of a beach in Bali more than the look of a skyscraper, or vice versa. But your environment is indicative of whatever you are inside. So if you are a storm inside, and that's the part of your life you're going through, you can go to Bali, and I'm sure they can facilitate some major healing, but you're still going to be dealing with that. It's not just going to go away. And you can be in New York City, and you can be in a really good place, and you can have a balance where it's like, all right, right now is my time to go out into the battlefield of Midtown, or no, right now is my time to go and journal in Central Park, or now is my time to, do something else. And so, yeah, it does kind of seem ironic, and I think it's very much a concerted and deliberate practice to keep that level of inner peace here. But she tries you. She wants to make sure you really mean it. New York wants to make sure you mean what you say you're going to do, what you're trying to become. And so in that sense, I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be. Because she holds me accountable. She holds me accountable every single day. And I'm truly grateful.
Sounds like you're going a lot being here.
Yeah, a ton. And man, it's something that I think that I've really learned a lot about in the past few months alone in transitioning careers. Because I've still got one foot in corporate America, and I've got one foot in building my health and wellness business around health coaching and essential oils. I went through a big struggle with my parents to try and explain to them why this felt right for me. Because, we went through IB, what they had out for me was like, well, more what my mom had out for me was like, okay, doctor, lawyer, corner office having businesswoman, and I thought that third one was going to be it. Like I felt like that was me. Like I could be a bulldog, I can wear a suit, I'm powerful, and I flexed that in different ways, and it served me. But I wasn't aware as much until I moved to New York. The double-edged sword of that strength, right? Any strength can become your Achilles heel if it's not kept in check or checked in with.
Hubris.
Right.
It's a very real concept. It exists for a reason.
Yes. And the past few months has shown me so much about like releasing ego. And I say release because it feels, when you're still fighting with ego, it feels like you have to battle to let it go. If you let it go, it dissipates, it releases. Until the next time it shows up, when it's trying to serve you in some way. But it's effortless. You come back to your essence, who you are as a human. And I had a nice experience walking over here because I walked by and there was presumably a homeless guy sitting outside, and he said hello, and I smiled and I said, hi, how are you today? And he goes, wow, thank you so much for the smile. It costs nothing and it goes such a long way. And it's just like, we're all human. We all have our shit. We all have our struggles, and the moment that we can allow ourselves to be vulnerable and let other people know that, like, hey, we're in this together too, they realize, like, oh damn, like, yeah, I'm struggling with this or I'm struggling with that. And it just, I don't know, it brings so many people together. That's kind of what I've been exploring a lot. I'll go up and talk to random people, start conversations, sit down with them. And it's been amazing. People are generally pretty receptive to it.
As the staunch tropical beach body spirits that we are coming from Florida, is that something that you expected to find in what we stereotypically see from where we come from as like this hostile, very impersonal and genuine place? You know what I mean?
So yeah, people shit all over New York all the time.
Yeah.
And I've had a wonderful experience here. I haven't come into contact with any larger amount of rude people here than I have in most other places, unless I'm in like the Midwest. You know what I think it is? You know what I know it is? And I've become very careful of semantics in my recent time. What I know it is, because it comes from a place of soul instead of a place of intellect, is my energy, which is something I am fully responsible for, dictates how I go out and interact with the world, and conversely, like how the world comes back and interacts with me. So if I go out with like a mean mug on my face, then yeah, and maybe people aren't going to be, running to open the door for me. It's just going to be what's deemed as a regular New York City interaction. Everybody's getting from point A to point B. When I walk around with a smile, it's completely disarming. It's disarming. I've found it to be disarming to women, disarming to men, and in different ways. Like it disarms the sexuality in interactions with men in passing, and it makes it so human. And then it disarms the competitive aspect in women, and it makes it so human. And it's like, yeah, New York City is a wonderful place with many wonderful people that all have stories. It's like the concept of sonder is where like you can be passing by someone in the street and you'll never see that person again, but you acknowledge and know that there is a story within them that is so deep and complex, and it may be similar or maybe different than yours, but like they have this whole vast network of people they've interacted with, experiences they've had, struggles, successes, and like, so have we. It's really cool.
So framed a really, really awesome chain of events. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're still recording. That's awesome. You formed like a really, really awesome chain of events. And I guess now my only real question is, wait, hold on, let's. Okay, that's definitely what I'm talking about. There we go. I found that.
They're probably juicing ginger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there is a very real progression that life takes us along, and it's almost like dots and lines because I see the world geometrically. So I equate it to that. What dots have you been able to line up in retrospect now, looking at all of those experiences that you just outlined for us? You know?
All right, I'm gonna take a minute to sit with that one. Wow, a lot that really, really resonate with me. The biggest recent revelation that I've had that really connects some recent behaviors to old habits and patterns is around my self-worth, self-love, self-respect. That has been a huge area of growth and development for me recently. And particularly because I'm practicing an open relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's next level.
Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. Simultaneously, one of the most growth, thought, feeling, provoking experiences I've ever had. I've been able to build a lot of trust with my partner. We have a relationship that can't be put into words. It's like pure soul and love, and it's absolutely incredible. But it's really challenged me to examine my orientation to self. And there were many times in the past where this is not a judgment of myself because I'm learning to forgive myself. There were many times where I was very dependent upon others for validation, for worth.
Were you an overachiever?
Oh yeah. And so I parent pleased, I people pleased. I like to call it impression management. I was an impression manager. And so I thought I was the skilled puppeteer pulling people's marionette strings. Meanwhile, mine were getting cold because I was doing this thing where I thought I could curate how people saw me and that I could control it, right? I have zero control over that. I didn't realize it at the moment. I realize it now, which is a huge dot I've connected. And I wasn't living from that place of truth. I was living from the, oh, well, I said I would do it, so I need to do it. Or they're counting on me, or they might not like me if I don't, or they might like me better if I do. And it was very, very damaging. And, I don't even know now if I fully comprehend intellectually the parts of me that are starting to heal and have to continue to heal. And I'm like getting emotional because it's like a very real thing. It's like super real. And like, it was damaging just in everyday life, but I think especially as it pertains to my sexuality. My talk growing up wasn't like, hey, let's talk about self-respect and what it means to wait for a partner. And God bless all my family. Everyone did such a wonderful job raising me. That just wasn't the conversation that happened.
Yeah.
And so this stumbling upon self-worth was something that happened very recently for me. And in terms of connecting the dots in retrospect, I'm coming to this very real, visceral, soul level, like body level, spirit level, realization that I'm not to be compared to anyone. I'm not to compare myself to anyone. Nobody should be comparing themselves to me. My unique value proposition is that I am me. No one else in this world is more Lee Noto than me. And no one else can do it the way I can.
got the market corner.
Exactly. That's my value prop. And you know, like nobody else can be more that guy in those short, wonderful purple shorts than that guy.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
And they're wonderful. Yeah. And as soon as I kind of came onto that realization, and I realized like, shit, my body is sacred. My body is sacred. What I allow onto my body, into my body, should be deliberate, should be handled with care. What I allow into my mind is sacred. You know, it's like there's a saying I saw, it's your mind is a garden, your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers, you can grow weeds. And so I want to tend to my garden. All of this is my garden, my aura, my energy, my digestive tract, my chakra system. Like if I have the fortune and the good karma to have the want and the will to do this work, then like you better fucking believe I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it because, like, my God, I get to like the fullness that I feel like I'm able to live life with is unreal. It's unreal, and like I'm just getting started. And like, what's even more than that is when I get to share this experience with myself and have a space inside of me that is always there. It's not contingent upon a guy. It's not contingent upon a family member. It's not contingent upon somebody showing up. It's like, it's there. It's mine. It's me. 100%. I can always go there. And like, because I feel like I can fill myself with that and I'm finding sustainable ways to do that, it's pouring over. I just want to give love out. I want to talk to you. I want to know your story. I want to know your name. I want to give you a smile. I want to give you a hug. Right? And like, damn, people just want, that's all people want. You know, yeah, they want money. People's egos want money. We want security, right? It's our root. It's our lowest chakra. But then people want love and acceptance, belonging. And I feel like because I'm in a place where I am figuring out how to do that for myself, I can share that with the world. That's how I'm going to make an impact. Through health and wellness is sharing that with the world.
Hey, we killed it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We've gone to the moon, the sun, and traveled through all the stars, and now we're back in New York at a different space and time in beautiful Central Park. During the video, you discuss how, you know, many faces New York does have.
Yeah.
And there's like beauty and there's peace and serenity here. Like kids are running around and playing. There's like a father and presumably his daughter playing catch. There are dogs and there are like people with lawnmowers. And we've just basically watched what happened on tape with this as the backdrop.
Yeah.
What are your impressions? How was it seeing yourself on camera?
It's definitely ear-opening because you notice the things that you say that you didn't realize you were saying in the moment. So a very simple, superficial answer to that is I notice my filler words.
Yeah.
I notice the inflection in my voice and the tone, which is very helpful, especially because I present myself on camera too. It's so interesting to have a medium to witness yourself, because you go through your life and you are always, it's always first person point of view.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at it from it's like a third party point of view. Is it called third party omniscient? Like you don't know you're there, but I am able to very thankfully witness the passion with which I speak with and how I live.
Yeah.
Because when I say things, people have told me, oh, when you start talking about health and wellness, your demeanor changes. I could tell you like it. And I'm like, wow, how did you pick up on that? How would you know? What did I do? I didn't see me do it.
Yeah.
But when I get to watch my expressions, my tone, when I get emotional, it's really cool to get to see that. And it's even more confirming for me that I'm where I should be. I'm on my path. Damn, that was real. I can't believe it did all that. It did all that. I wouldn't have known if you didn't ask me that question.
This is real time, man. Live, love, life. Out here giving gifts, receiving them, and finding the beauty in both. You know what I mean? This is synergy, and hopefully this will be something that, you know, people who I may potentially never meet will be able to see this and, you know, get a breadcrumb.
Yeah. Wow.
Peace and blessings, man.